My hot punch to return. Oh, or something like that. Yo, mic check. So I was trying to get my brain straight. I don't know what to do. I don't know why the fuck I was watching this, bro. I don't play League of Legends. I put it like for like 30 minutes when first season Arcane came out, cause you know I don't know, just wanted to watch it, bro. I wanted to play it, but I liked Arcane so much.
AI isn't a
Shit was
tomorrow
boring as fuck,
thing.
bro. Delete that shit.
It's a today thing. And sure, we can ask for answers.
How they sell
to likes.
skins for like
You already
200,
know what time it is.
bro?
Arcane season 2 finale. You
400.
already know we repping my boy Echo today with the jacket.
For
I
real,
got my
bro.
Echo jacket on. And yeah, what an episode. What a roller coaster of 3 episodes. Today we're gonna unpack those. We're gonna just chat about them a little bit.
Beautiful.
As gassed as I am with the series, I'm sad right now because we had a casualty with one of the characters today. It's pretty brutal. I don't know why they had to choose Jinx, because I feel like she's one of the more likable characters, if not the most likable character on the cast, and that's probably why they chose her. They've written her in that way. So yeah,
But
man,
okay.
that was sad. There's also a bunch of things that we need to discuss in terms of pet peeves of mine. In fact, let's address the elephant in the room right now. Arcane season 2 needed 1 or 2 more episodes to make everything work and to deliver a package or an experience.
Bro, I don't know what those
that
guys
would make
lie talking about.
sense
It's gonna be long.
to the entire viewer base, not isolate a few people
I'm
and not
excited.
feel
I
rushed
told my sister that too.
to some people. What I do believe would have happened is that at some point Riot Games and Forteach would have been in talks with Netflix over budget, etc., what the expectations are, what they expected to deliver, and someone would have probably said, guys, we need more time, we need more episodes, because they think just like you, they think like consumers as well, and those talks would have probably fallen through. Now, the thing about what we do have in the 9 episodes that they've given us is that we have solid pieces. I don't think that any of those pieces are broken or that their story doesn't work. I just feel like they needed more flesh around them. You know, you've got a nice bone structure there, but if you don't add the muscle and the skin around it, it's just a skeleton at the end of the point. But I don't necessarily feel like we got a substandard experience. I believe that Arcane is such a brilliant experience, and it's beyond just the narrative. If you just want narrative plot points, you can literally just go to League of Legends website, and then you can look at the champions and you can read their character bios and you can read all of the lore and you can get your narrative plot points. Oh, this character does this, then this character does this, which is maybe why the last episode feels so maybe disconnected, because you can feel that in that episode they had to wrap up all of their character arcs, and it became kind of difficult for them to handle all of those character arcs and put them in one story and wrap it up while also telling the greater narrative of the series. It became a very big task because they spent like 40 minutes giving us
Yo, how much
Echo
people
and Jinx
are watching this
fanfiction
show?
and Jace 120 days survivor experience. That episode, specifically episode 7, was so well done, but it's unfortunate that I feel like that was what they could have sacrificed. That's what they could have taken some pieces away from to make some other things make sense. Some other things, like, why are Caitlyn and Mel able to 2v1 Mbessa when she's literally got her whole battalion of Noxians around her? I don't know whether this was done for honorable combat or what the messaging was, and that's the problem. They didn't make it clear. I don't mind that that happened, but you really have to make it extremely clear, maybe with exposition, why they are dueling in that way when obviously Mbessa's forces are supposed to help her. And the kicker is that she actually dies off of this. LeBlanc comes through, and I'm still not sure whether it's Mel or LeBlanc who delivered the final blow in that incident. They didn't really explain that, so yeah, a lot of loose ends in the series. And the problem with leaving things and being like, oh well, we'll just explain it in the next series or the next game or the next thing we have, is that the work of art that is Arcane is going to be judged independently, and it's going to be judged away from that other body of work where you can now continue the storytelling and you can explain, oh, this was happening, etc., etc. So those are my pet peeves. But in general, man, this whole Arcane thing was just a massive, massive experience, man. It was a spectacle. From the first episode that I feel like I watched 3 years ago, they've been able to carry me through the story. They've been able to carry all of us, get us across, and they've also done something very special with just their storytelling technique, being able to foreshadow their foreshadowing, being able to draw parallels between all sorts of different characters, all sorts of scenes are repeated to reinforce a message. It's a great body of work. I don't want to take anything away from this simply because of the fact that they had to rush to finish their point, right? There's also Victor using the "why do you persist" line. That is bar for bar from The Matrix.
Why, Mr. Anderson? Why? Why do you persist? Because I choose to.
So that's kind of confirmation that Jace has been our hero all along, which is something that they've been telling you pretty much the entire series, that Jace is the hero character, but he's struggling to figure out how to be the hero. I have so many thoughts on this, but I'm just in a state of wow. I had a lot of adrenaline after watching, but at the same time, I'm also just excited to see what they do next, because I'll be dead honest with you, I didn't expect anything from this particular region. These characters, Jinx, Vi, Echo, Heimerdinger, Jace, they weren't necessarily the most popular characters that Riot Games could have used. They could have gone straight to characters like Ori, Lux, Yasuo, etc., etc., if they wanted to really bring in their audience base. But they chose this very isolated space, and they told a very solid, a very good story in it. I don't have enough words or enough time to explain how brilliant this series is, at least not in this video. So I will be back either later today or tomorrow to just contextualize more and more things. Maybe we'll look at all of the hidden detail, because there was so much to unpack in these 3 episodes. How did you guys feel about the season 2 finale? Did it live up to your expectations? Are you excited for new stuff? Was it disappointing? Let me know in the comments. This is Lois signing off. Peace.
Welcome to Can You Gift?
Got blood on my hands and there's no remorse. Got blood on my dick cause I fucked.
Alright, it's 5 a.m. so let's talk about the Arcane ending. And first off, let's do it if you're not a fan of the lore, or if you don't play League of Legends, or you don't know anything about the show. So let's talk about it. I believe that the ending was a for sure not a 10 out of 10, but I think a 9 out of 10 is fine. I believe that they left so many openings just to create more storylines, and even say like Jinx still alive. Now the lore accurate version of them is Jinx still plays a kind of a cat and mouse game between Caitlyn and her, and it kind of keeps it more lore accurate. Obviously in the show she wanted to kind of leave everything behind and kind of get rid of the problem that way, right? So hopefully they kind of create a storyline with her still. I think that would be great. So we'll see what happens.
Echo movie?
The second one,
Echo movie?
Vi and Caitlyn ending.
He finds Jinx? Oh my god.
They were already canonically romantic in the lore, so that's just fine. So I agree with the ending. It's fine. Doesn't matter. I think it was great. If anything, the best thing that came out of it was the way Maddie died. I think it was just awesome. For any of the haters, what a great way to live right now, especially for me. I hate her, and she deserved what she got. Moving on to Victor and Jace. I think their ending for sure is open ending again. There's so many things that we don't know about the runes, especially as the first show. Maybe they travel somewhere else. They travel back in time. They kind of completed the loop. Who knows what would happen with them? Maybe we'll get a spin-off storyline or like an addition to it, and that'll be great. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. Moving on to Echo and Heimerdinger. I don't know if Heimerdinger did get sacrificed for Echo to come back. Who knows? If it did happen, I'm fine with it. I think there's a lot behind the reason they had to do it that way. And episode 7 was just a masterpiece on its own. Nothing to critique there. If he needed to happen, so I mean, Echo saves basically, he's kind of the MVP of the story, right? Coming right back at the end. So if that had to happen, again, props to them. That was written well. I have no issues with it. If it didn't happen and he's just kind of wander off in another universe, I'm hoping that kind of he finds the same. I mean, obviously it's gonna be maybe the same people, helps him get back to this universe. I think he will be greatly
Maybe
missed
just
if
traveling
he
different
is no longer
universes,
in Runeterra or
collecting
in the world they're
knowledge and
making
shit.
now. So we'll see what happens. And the last thing I want to talk about the ending is
Fuck
Savika
it, and
getting
we
a
out.
chair with the Zaun or with the Zaun with Piltover at the end,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's a huge deal. If the lore ends there, that's fine. I think it'll be great. But if it doesn't,
Backshot.
I want to see how that turns out. Right? It's probably the first cyanide that they have on the council, and that will greatly impact how the nation gets together. It's no longer Sun
Hey,
Piltover, right? Now they're kind of together if you see it that way. And that's just
Alexa.
a great way to kind of cap off the whole thing of Son wanting to be a nation of its own, wanting to receive kind of the same things that Piltover had and being recognized, right? The people that are living there, they're
Fuck
individuals as well.
you.
They deserve all
Okay?
the rights that Piltover people have. So, I mean, awesome wrap up on the storyline. And, well, I think the last thing is, well, Warwick, what happens to him? No idea. Again, if Jinx died with him, it's kind of interesting for, I guess, a new lore that's since these shows
I
are no longer
got
canon. If
blood
it
on
didn't
my hand, and there's
and
no
survive that, I don't know
remorse.
what would happen. Maybe sin.
Hold on. Oh, fuck. Come back. No, come back.
All right, it's 5 a.m. So let's talk about the
Fuck it,
Arcane
and we
ending. And first
out.
off, canon. If he didn't and survive that, I don't know what would happen. Maybe Singe takes him back over. But we'll see.
But on Eagle
I guess
scene, it's kind of
last two things
embarrassing.
actually. Let's talk about Ambessa and the Black Rose. We don't know if she's dead or not. Hopefully she's not. I mean, it looked like she was, but if she's not, if she's like in a coma state, what kind
Fucking
of
with
state
the
does
killer
she
niggas.
was left? Is she gonna go get buried in Oxus? Is her daughter gonna do that since she's now the wolf? And we'll see. Again, that's a different, complete storyline, different show. But yeah, it's nice to kind of put a theory on it, right? And the last part is Singe, the winner of everything. I mean, he got to make money off of Noxus and Piltover. He got to get Oriana back, if you're familiar with the lore. He's
No shit, I'm just
basically
gonna
kind
show it.
of like
I
a
just want to go
Chad
look at
that
people.
got
People were
away with
saying like on
all
some
his
Reddit shit.
crimes, came back home, got his daughter back, and then I mean, he can technically live peacefully, I guess, after this. It's
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. What the fuck? Kept yelling at this right here. On mostly chilling in their life is strange timeline while Jace is going through it and his playthrough of Elden Fortnite. Yo, I'm actually dyslexic. Perfect timeline. Patter and echo. I don't get how it's foreshadowing. I don't get it. This was a meme shit I was watching, bro. Heavy spoilers. January 2022, I wrote a Oh shit. Yeah, I was reading the shit because I like to read. I mean, I wasn't reading out loud. I don't know. Actually, I do read out loud. I don't know why I didn't. I remember at school, I was like reading, not out loud, but like whispering it, and it was hard to just think of it in my mind. But I did it in my mind right now. RP. I know what the killing is. What is Shimmer gonna do? Bro, a Echo movie with him like looking for Jinx or some shit. Here, bounce around it. You know what the killing niggas? Fuck it and we out. Okay, buddy. Okay. I got a cookie. What happened?
It's kind of crazy how
Peak,
he
bro.
was the main winner of everything after it all went
It's
through.
peak, bro.
So yeah, I mean, I think again everything is like a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Now, if we talk about lore-wise, I do feel like there was a few changes, or more than a few. Again, if Jinx is dead, then the whole lore kind of gets retcon, and now we have this where she's dead, and Caitlyn and Vi, I guess, would just have Urgot and Cinch to pursue or something to that effect. When it comes to Warwick, if Warwick's dead, then he no longer exists in the world. Again, I don't know if that's a retcon in the whole thing or not, but I guess we'll find out in the future. When it comes to the Noxus, I don't want to say. Well, we saw the Swing Crow at the end, right? So we don't know if the storyline is going to take us back into the war between them and Ionia, or if it's just going to start us from this point on. Maybe they do a part 1, part 2. Who knows? I think it'll be interesting either way. No problems there. So I'm hoping for the Noxus storyline. I mean, obviously, I think that the Demacia one would be great. And the one I really, really want to see is really the Viego storyline, because that nation falling apart is kind of crazy. So I would love to
don't
see
know
on
what's gonna
the
happen,
Harrowing
but
Isles, right? So I mean, hopefully we'll see. Heimer again, if he's dead, how does that change where he fits in the storyline and where he's a professor, where he's still in the council, right? We'll find out. I hope that he's not dead. He was one of my favorite characters, along with Victor and Jace. So we'll see. The Victor and Jace, I mean, Victor was supposed to be just a kind of full-on robot with the help of Hextech. That was way back in the old lore. So if they changed it to this, where he's no longer well, I guess he would be the Machine Herald still. We'll see. We still don't know where Jace and him went to. So we'll see again. So praying for a good storyline from them. And that's really all I can do. We still don't know anything about Twitch or God, so hopefully maybe some spin-offs. Who knows? We'll see. I mean, Zeri's in the future, Janna. There's still so many characters, right? So I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping for a lot of things. I know. But hey, I'm glad they follow a lot of the lore, and it's great to see that they're kind of the studio that managed this was.
oh wait, let me like that video.
All right, it's 5 a.m. So let's talk about the.
My fault was that loud. I don't know why I reloaded it. There is no need to reload it.
I just watched the last 3 episodes of Arcane season 2. Like, I literally just finished watching it. And there's a lot to unpack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share a couple of questions I had before I started watching it, and then let you know whether they were answered properly. Overall, I will just say that the ending was satisfying. They ended on a very, very high note. They ended on a high note. They hit the right emotional beats. They got me in my feels. I didn't cry. I didn't cry, but it got me emotional. Tied up very well the loose end that is Jinx. The resolution for Vi and Jinx was done very, very well. Resolution for Jace and Victor was done very well. Very good resolutions for those.
League of Legends fans deserve better.
Fuck. Sorry, bro. Fucking yo. That guy smiles big. Goldfish.
Echo, what's going on with that thing?
Give me a few seconds. The cannon pinion's still.
Imprisonment. What a curious principle. We confine the physical body, yet the mind is still free. I do love a good conundrum.
A good conundrum. So what's up?
Aren't you afraid?
A little danger is worth the risk, don't you think? Careful. That's your parents' money you're dropping.
Over.
Yet I remain the poorest Madada.
Excellent choice, Councillor Madad.
One of those things.
And one day, I'm gonna shoot one of them down.
The numbers to beat them.
Yeah, let's teach them what it means to mess with us!
We crossed that bridge once before. We all know how that ended. We just need to stand together.
The Vander I knew, the one who built the underground, wouldn't be afraid to fight.
Decisions led us here.